Hello, welcome to everybody to my online biology class. I am Dr. Devbrato Mukherjee, PGT Biology, Kendriya Vidyalaya number 1 Kachrapada. Friends, today I will explain the chromosomal theory of inheritance. And whenever we are talking about the lesson, first we must have to know the gist of the lesson. Here we will study about the concept of gene, or as per the Mendelian words factor, and these factor or genes were discrete unit, concept of the chromosome, the behavior of chromosomes, chromosome segregation, segregates when germ cells are there, independent assortment of chromosomes, and chromosomal theory of inheritance, and the features of significance of Drosophila melanogaster. So we know that the chromosomal theory of the inheritance just came into the existence later. The Mendel published his work on inheritance of a characters in 1865, but it remained unrecognized till 1900. Why? What is the reason behind that? Reason one, the communication was not so easy as it is now in those days, and his work could not be widely published. Reason two, the secondly, we see his concept of gene or factors as stable and discrete units that control the expression of a traits and of the pair of alleles which didn't blend with each other was not accepted by his contemporaries because as an explanation for the apparently continuous variations seen in nature. Next we will come to the reason 3. Whenever we talk about the reason 3, the Mendel's approach of using mathematics to explain the biological phenomena was totally new and unaccepted to many of the biologists of his time. And finally, the fourth point is that though the Mendel's work suggested that factors or genes were discrete units, he could not provide any physical proof of the existence of factors and say what they are being made up of. But the scenario changed in 1900. At that time, three scientists, De Vries, Correns, and von Theresmark, independently rediscovered Mendel's result on the inheritance of the characters. Also, by using at the time, the discovery and the advancement in the microscopy that were taking place, scientists was able to observe cell division. Here I am showing you the photographs of the then scientists Hugo de Vries, Karl Correns, and Erich von Theresmark, who rediscovered Mendelisms. So with the advanced microscopy, the clearly visibility of a cell division, these two parameters leads to the discovery of structure of the specific structure, that is chromosome within the nucleus, that appeared in double and divide just before each cell division. And these were called the chromosomes, that is colored body, as they are visualized by staining. Students, here I am showing you the karyotype of these chromosomes. So next we come to the concept of a movement of chromosome. By 1902, the chromosome movement during meiosis had been worked out. Walter Schatten and Theodore Boveri noted that the behavior of chromosomes were parallel to the behavior of genes, and they used the chromosome movement to explain Mendelian laws. So next we are discussing the figure, that is this meiosis and the germ cell formation in a cell with 4 chromosomes. Can you see how the chromosomes segregate when the germ cells move? Next, the concept of a comparison. We could see how could you compare between behavior of chromosomes and genes? If A column is chromosomes behavior, B column is gene, so at that time both of them occurs in pair. So behavior of chromosomes segregate at time of gamete formation such that only one of each pair is transmitted to a gamete. In case of gene also, the segregate a gamete formation and only one of each pair transmitted to a gene. Next, independent pair segregate independently to each other. One pair segregate independently by the another pair in case of gene. So now can you tell which of these column A or B represent the chromosomes and which represent the gene, and how did you decide? So the very next concept came, we must remember, we don't forget, we have to recall that the behavior of the chromosomes during the mitosis, that is equational division, and during meiosis, that is this being reduction division, chromosomes as well as gene occur in pairs. The two alleles of a gene pair are located on homologous side on homologous chromosome. So what happens during the anaphase? During the anaphase, we see during anaphase of the meiosis 1, two chromosome pairs can align at a metaphase plate independently of each other. Here I am showing you that type of arrangement. To understand this, so we have to understand this, we have to compare the chromosomes of 4 different columns. In the left and right column, in subsequent chart we will show you. In the left column is this being possibility 1, orange and green in segregating together, but in the right column, you see now, just in the right column, the possibility 2, orange chromosome is segregated with the red chromosome. It is it is been depicting here clearly the figure 5.9 independent assortment of chromosome in the NCERT book. So how do the chromosomal theory of inheritance came into the existence? So friends, the chromosomal theory of inheritance was been introduced along with the new light on the Mendelism that enhanced the concept of the Gregor Johann Mendel. Two new scientists, Sutton and Boveri, argued that based on the previous experiments, that the pairing and separation of a pair of the chromosomes would lead to the segregation of a pair of factors they carried. Sutton united then the knowledge of chromosomal segregation with the Mendelian principle. So that's why it is called the chromosomal theory of inheritance. During this Mendelian period, concept of chromosome was not there, but here the concept of chromosome has been highlighted along with the correlated with this Mendelism, and here the schematic representation of that concept is there. So how did the chromosomal theory of inheritance came into existence? It is the following: the synthesis of ideas, experimental verification of chromosomal theory of inheritance by Thomas Hunt Morgan and his colleagues. They lead to the discovering the basis of variation also. So from Mendelism, chromosomal theory of inheritance, from both of them, concept of variation came during the sexual reproduction. So how is it possible? Morgan worked out and proved by the help of discovering researches on a fruit fly, tiny Drosophila melanogaster. Friends, here I am showing you the picture of the Drosophila melanogaster, distinct body, head, thorax and abdomen. Here you see this one, your variation of the eye color, and there been A is the male, B is the female. So the question is, it was found very suitable for such studies by the Morgan. He took as its substrate of his research work. Why? Because the Drosophila melanogaster could grow very suitable for studies, grown on a simple synthetic medium, that is nutrient broth, in the laboratory. They complete their life cycle in about 2 weeks, and single mating could produce large number of progeny flies. So here is the various type, the variation in the Drosophila melanogaster pictorial representation, and there is a clear sexual distinction, clear differentiation of the sexes. The male and female flies are easily distinguishable. So friends, in this way, along with also it was many type of hereditary variation, seems very low power microscopy. So in case of plant, the Gordon P was chosen and Morgan chosen to highlight the Mendelism, to enhance the Mendelism, just to get the new ideas, chromosomal theory, concept of variation, doing research on animal species, that is Drosophila melanogaster. This is the significance of Mendelism, whether in the botanical science, whether in the zoological science, any part of science. Mendel is undefendable. We have to obey the basic concept of Mendelism. So from there, chromosomal theory came into existence in this way. So friends, here the assignments are there, 1, 2, there is the 3, 4 and 5 assignments based on the chapter, based on this discussion. Please you go through this, answer this and find out the answer also. Next, the books, the materials which I have gone through to prepare this lesson, it is a reference section there. YouTube links are there, YouTube videos are there, please you go through. And here is a specific feature, YouTube links of all the chapters of class 12 biology are summarized in this part, and the There are the previous YouTube links also there. So thank you very much.